Welcome back to the best NFT news show in the gosh dang world. I hope you're having yourself a good Tuesday. We're about to cover the NFT space in full. We left like 15 stories off of the damn dashboard today. I am Nifty Q. I got my co-host right here, Crypto Buffalo. No Ronan today. He is living it up in Miami. Are you jealous of him, Buffalo?
I'm always jealous of him, man. We're the same age and the dude looks 10 years younger than me. How do you do it, Ronan? What's your secret?
I love it, man. I love it. So we got a good morning in the poll chat here. So if it's a good morning, if it's a good afternoon, if it's a good night, just click that good morning, man. We're going to run that poll for a little bit longer here. Just click on that good morning. I love you guys. I love you guys so much that I'm going to shout you out right in the beginning of the episode. It's in our vibe. It's in our tribe. I got Mylene in the house. Xplow says, I can't believe it's December 1 tomorrow. I blame this community for the amazing 11 months we have had and going by so damn fast. I couldn't have summed it up better, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we have only so many more NFT live episodes before we hit the old 2022. And next year is going to be a hell of a year in LADZ City. I hope you're ready, Q. I hope you're ready, man.
Yeah. I thought you were about to like shut us down there. You were like going to say we only have so many NFT lives left. I'm like, where are we going? Where are we going?
I mean, if you look at it, we all have only so many days and years and hours and minutes and NFT lives, and we just got to make the best of it while we're live.
True. All right, I'm going to bring us back. No, I love that, man. All right, we have Fun Uncle in the house. Inti Ferrino is saying greetings from Portugal. Jason Moffat's in the house. Deck, ESP Academy, Mark, Upland, YJ3, and Upland Action News. Good haircut for the real Buffalo. Shout out to Buffalo's haircut on this beautiful Tuesday.
I had to sell my hair for liquidity. It's that time of year.
It's that rough? I thought it's a bull market.
I almost had to sell the beard. It depends on what market you're in, all right?
That's fair. Are you? Yeah, it's not a bull market. It's a Buffalo market here. So listen, no Ronan again. Art Basel is going on this week in Miami. A lot of things happening in Miami. Kagi was skydiving the other day. I saw a nice video of him getting after it. Maybe we could pull that up. I don't know. So I'll see if I can do that. But we have a great episode here. No guest on today's episode. You're just getting us two. Me, you, Buffalo. It's happening right now. We got so much news to cover today. We honestly left. Let me show you this. I'm pulling it up on my screen. Here's our news for the week. I'm going to show you what we're looking at here. Look at this. So this is, regular news. That's still news that we left off today's episode.
That's true.
Are you shitting me? That's what's happening in the space right now, Bob.
Yeah, huge shout out to Hash Rhymes. She does the LADZ Insider in LADZ City every day. She's posting a plethora of crypto news, whether it's DeFi, Metaverse, gaming, NFTs, or just straight up fungible tokens. She covers it all, and she covers everything, man. So I usually peek in there from the days prior, and then is right before we go live, just to see if there's anything that she knows about. So definitely check out in the Discord the LADZ Insider.
Oh, I do love that LADZ Insider. We got a lot of things going on in LADZ City. We'll get to the Bit Electro party that you see up on my screen here in a second, but want to give a big shout out to the last two episodes here on the channel. If you didn't know about Hustle and Flow Chart, you better know about it soon. Those guys do an awesome job. I'm going to pull them up right here. Their episode here. I think this is the second episode, Buff, or third? Is time just completely flying?
It's flying. It's either the second or the third. That's crazy already. Yeah.
So this is Matt Wolf. This is Joe Fear, who has just hopped in the chat and said, homies, I'm going to give them a quick shout out here. Hopefully no ads play. I'm not getting premium, Buffalo. Here we go. Those guys do an awesome job. I'm gonna pull them up.
We got
right
that
here.
fizz and all, huh? Look at that.
Here, I think this is the second episode.
Oh, get some feedback from.
It's
flying.
Where am I getting feedback from?
You might have one of your tabs open from your browser muted.
All right. Well, Joe, I totally botched that, Joe. Let's see if I can pull this.
This is live, baby. Here, let me bring it back up.
Another great one.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Hustle and Flow Chart podcast with your boys, Matt Wolf and Joe Fear.
I am not doing these guys justice, man, but this is an awesome episode that you have to check out. They actually sat down
to another
with Super
amazing
Doge.
episode.
I'll let them talk for a second.
Podcast, show. We're not really just a podcast these days. We're more than that.
I'd say we're more of a show that's also a podcast. Before we were more of a podcast that kind of also became a show.
For sure. So, yeah, things have changed. But, yeah, we're enjoying some drinks. It's we record this the day after Thanksgiving. Just want to put a little timestamp there. But, yeah, we're going to go live sometime in December.
Yes.
That's the plan. And
Oh,
we
they're
have a
live
lot
right
of
now.
moving pieces and moving parts.
You are
know,
live right now.
So we're going to finish.
And last thing, I want to give a shout out to Fun Uncle as well, who is another creator on the channel. He did a show all about metaverses. I'm going to try to not botch this. Fun Uncle, here's your shout out.
Going on, my nieces and nephews? Thanks for joining me on this post-Thanksgiving extravaganza. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about all things Metaverse. If that sounds like a dumpster donket good time to you, then stay tuned for the rest of this episode.
What did you
No one does a better intro segment than Fun Uncle there. Give that episode a shout out. This is LADZ City, man. We have episodes every single day. Either live or recorded. We're trying to go all live for you guys. You know, we know you love the live content. It's good to see you guys in the house. But yeah, no one does an intro better than Fun Uncle there.
Yeah, dude, and live, as you guys know, NFT Live, me and Q, we're sitting down hours and hours before the show, and we still never have enough time to pack in the show the way we want, so we apologize for never hitting that time. We're always going a little longer, and my man Jason Moffat says, you guys are like Led Zeppelin, keeping the crowd waiting and waiting and waiting, and then you come out and you rock it. So, you know, I don't know if he said those exact words, but it's something along the lines.
It's a great comparison. It's a great comparison. All right, so I'm going to hit the last piece of LADZ City news. We certainly have a lot going on in the city, a lot of episodes this week. I think we've got Stash lined up for the channel next week. We've got Alluvium on the channel next week. We have some other guests this week as well. I think we have Coin Games on the channel. They'll be on the podcast this week. So a lot of things happening, man. I want to give a last shout out there to Ronan, who is staying safe, hopefully, in Miami this week. But the last thing, BitLectro Labs, we had an awesome party. Buffalo was actually a part of this. I want to give a quick shout out to the BitLectro team. I'm sorry about the rendering, guys, but this was the party in the new
The
BitLectro
giant head up top.
digs.
Oh my God, it was packed. There was a live rap album debut of an artist who did rap for, man, it must have been like 30 minutes live. And the place was packed. This is a whole new 3-story building that BitLectro has designed and created, and LADZ City is going to be a part of it. And we're going to be doing projects every Friday, hopefully in there, with one Friday out of the month being a Metaverse concert, like just full of artists coming in and DJs and all sorts of stuff. And man, look at these dance moves. Breaking it down.
Breaking it down, man. So yeah, big shout out to Gabe and BitLectro Labs. We're going to be doing a lot of events. That's something that we're focusing on in 2022 as well. Just the live content, man. Whether that be events like you just saw or live content that you're seeing here with NFT Live. Really focusing heavily on just all of that live goodness because we get to experience it with ya. Tigbo's in the house saying OVOT, and Crypto Stash says, "What up, gangsters?"
Hey,
Good to
I'm
see
excited for
Stash in the
Stash coming
house,
on here, man. It is way overdue to have Stash coming on NFT Live, so I'm going to be very excited for him coming on board.
Absolutely, man. All right, I'm going to close this poll really quick, Buff, and you hit the CTA, man. Going to end the poll. Thank you to everybody who click good morning. There's nothing else I could say. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the
GM.
results of that poll. Go GM. Yeah, hey, if you're brand new here, welcome. This is NFT Live. We do this twice a week because, as you know, the NFT space is blowing up, and we do them on Tuesdays, and we also go live on Fridays. And if you would love to stick around, man, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, give us, your insights, and follow us along. And if you'd love to hang out with us when we're done with the show, we head back into LADZ City. And the easiest way to get there is to go to your browser and type in LADZ.city, hit enter, and your life and your wallet will be forever changed. Come on in. Get some NFT.
A lot of alpha being dropped in our Discord, man. Guys are absolutely getting after it in NFT chat, gaming chat, everything. Definitely excited about the upcoming year. And Buffalo, I love how you break down LADZ City, man. A lot of good things to come. And we are going to hit no guest today. So again, you just get me and Buffalo talking about the news. So much shit is happening in NFTs that we're just leaving it off. So many things that we're going to miss. So apologies if we don't hit it. We're going to hit on Cypher here really quick. We're going to hit on Snoop Dogg. We're going to hit on OpenSea. We're going to hit on GutterCatGang, Bored Ape Yacht Club, AMC, Niftys, Gala Games, Artifact, Aavegotchi. Jesus, man. We're going to hit all of this.
We're going to hit on Jesus? Oh, man. He's getting in the space. I know it. It was just a matter of time.
It was only a matter of time, let's be honest. All right. You have sinned, my son. All right, here we go. We are going to hit this. So let's roll the trailer buff if we can, and we will roll right into Cypher, which is an upcoming play-to-earn NFT game that you need to be on the lookout for. The public sale is soon. Let's roll the trailer and talk some Cypher. This is what I love about LADZ City, man. I'm getting front ran by our community, and I love it. I'd rather get front run. So Deck is saying they just announced in Cypher Discord that they will be airdropping some Cypher tokens to historic Cypher NFT holders. So there was an NFT drop associated with this, like a PFP project, essentially. If you are a holder, they did just announce the retroactive airdrop. So you will be receiving some Cypher tokens. So 5 million tokens, it looks like, will be distributed to holders of those initial NFTs, those Genesis Cypher NFTs. And there's more to this story, man. I mean, Cypher, did that story get you hopped up, Buff? Are you hopped up on Mountain Dew right now?
I'm hopped up on Code Red Mountain Dew. It's a Code Red emergency right now, man. I'm all about the Cypher, dude. That trailer and just that project. Like you said, we missed the boat. We should have tried to get in on this earlier, but hey, the token's dropping soon.
Yeah, the token is dropping soon, so we do have a public launch that is to come, as you can see up on my screen. 5 days, 4 hours, 31 seconds, 46 seconds, 45 seconds, 44 seconds. It is counting down. We are about to have a Cypher launch here. With all of these projects, I wanted to make a note. Partly the cool thing about this channel is we get to discuss this as a group. They had an FAQ that they put out about the investment opportunity, just kind of the economics of everything. They have about 30% Buffalo that's going to be available to the team and advisors. So it's like 25-30%. Let me make sure I get that number right so that I can get you guys this. This is their FAQ section. Let me make sure I get you this right number. But there's going to be 4% available in this token sale. And that's for the public. That initial sale is going to be, like I said, in the coming 5 days. The big thing to think about here with this public sale, guys, is that tokens are locked up when it comes to these advisors for at least a year, if not more. So for this one, it's going to be 16-month lockup with a 24 year or 24 month. That would be an amazing lockup period, 24 years. So at least for the public. So essentially what I'm saying is there are a lot of people that got in on these pre-sale rounds before you. That just happens. The only Animoca Brands really is the one that can get in on everything, but at least that's what it seems like. But you have an opportunity with a lot of projects like this to actually profit by getting in the public sale. Now, you got to do your own investment advice. You got to do all that stuff. But you can actually profit here because those tokens were locked up for multiple years, if not, a year and a half, which is what you're getting essentially here with Cypher.
Yeah, and it's interesting to look at too with seed round. Not every one of them is 24 months or a couple years. Some of them are 6 months. Some of them release half of it after a couple months. So it's really and all of that is usually public knowledge too that they release in the white paper. how their investors. So you can kind of look at the timeline of when, okay, let's say in 60 days, that first round of investors are going to be rewarded with those tokens. Most of them are going to sell to take their first profit. So definitely look into that to try to, gauge when you want to get in, how you want to get in. And as we all know with these token launches too, man, it's going to usually pump pretty hard, hit an overvaluation, come back down to reality. And so we'll see kind of how this plays out.
Yeah, this was I just linked the FAQ. That was a great breakdown, Buff. We do have the numbers here: 4% on public launch, 25% for teams and advisors, which is standard. Honestly, I think people are really focusing in on this number, 4%. Is that too low? And the reason that you're going to see these public launches be really small for these play to earn games is because they're locking up a majority for essentially those play to earn rewards. So you can see the gameplay incentives and marketing up to 30%. So that's basically like incentivizing gameplay almost. It's not like in DeFi where you're incentivizing liquidity. You're actually incentivizing people to play the game. So they have 10% locked for liquidity rewards, which you should be on the lookout for if you're getting in on this public sale as well, because you're going to be able to earn more Cypher if you're part of the Cypher staking or Cypher and ETH staking. Those are usually the two liquidity pairs that you want to look out for. It looks like it's going to be on Uniswap. So just a really fucking awesome project here. That honestly, like, I only reserve my F words so much, and really upset I missed out on this one. But again, public sales available. A couple other things they talked about in this FAQ section, which I think is important to bring up. They're not allocating any of these public sale tokens to previous NFT holders. And they mentioned, Buff, that this was only because they didn't want to run afoul of any like regulation, which I think is important.
Yeah, regulation is going to be another thing we're all going to have to dance with, no matter what country you're in. There's a lot of projects that the U.S. can't participate in, and sometimes they end up halfway through the project cutting out the U.S. I've seen that play out as well. So regulation is going to be a thing we're constantly going to have to keep our ears and eyes on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And so the other things they mentioned, why they did this, they said that they're looking for market access to different countries and important stakeholders, help with hiring and builders and team advisors, facilitating. Oh, I'm sorry, I totally botched that. Let me see. They said, okay, they're looking for a scaling solution that will facilitate better UX for their gamers, an NFT marketplace dedicated to their games, a frictionless onboard experience to our gamers who are non-crypto native. So that's kind of the reason why they said they brought forward the token sale. Scaling solutions interesting. Are they going to, go with one of the available scaling solutions? Are they going to create their own a la Ronin with Axie Infinity? It should be interesting to say. YJ3's in the house saying, "Ooh, baby, this looks dope." Jason Moffat saying, "Keyboard guns, holy shit, I'm in." And Deck is saying, "Only Inu and Nico have been released. Still Baru to come," which are the characters that are available in the game.
I got good vibes on it, man, and I'm definitely going to be watching. I don't usually jump in on the day of token launches, but I definitely do, when I do jump in, which I think everybody can agree on. When you jump in and you actually put money into a project, what's the first thing you do? You start diving deeper. It's like, all right, now I need to figure out what I'm in. Like, we all ape into a certain level before we fully understand what this project's potential is, and then see if we're going to stick
Absolutely.
with it. So I'll be playing that route for sure.
Let's do it, man. All right, so we had the next story was going to be yours. What about this yacht, man? What's going on? This is not a Bored Ape Yacht Club, but
if you had $650,000, Q, what would you buy? Would you buy yourself a house, a couple of houses, an airplane, a giant yacht? Well, someone did buy a yacht, but it's in the sandbox, and this is just madness right here. I'm just gonna be honest with you. $650,000 for a voxel that is an NFT in the alpha version of the sandbox, and it is really, honestly, here's a headline that really cracked me up. This whole Metaverse mega yacht NFT makes me want to die. Now, this is definitely coming from a lot of people that are doing that whole I can right click save on NFTs, and there's a lot of hate in NFTs, and a lot of people that hate stuff they don't understand. And then the SD other people get it, they just hate on it. And so it's just this one thing that's been going on. So PC Gamer did a little article about this and wanted to cover it because this is a yacht that somebody bought that made it the most expensive NFT in the sandbox to date. And it is a yacht that is going to be part of these private NFT islands, which to me is really cracking me up because when I first came on, before I even met Q, I had a project called NFT Island, and I was going to be creating islands in every metaverse. So seeing this play out is kicking me right, in the old Buffalo Balls, because it's like, damn it, man, I knew that was a good idea. But they're sticking with really high-end kind of style here. So I don't know what they're going to be doing with this yacht, but let's take a little video tour on what this is all about.
Movie time.
All right, it is called the Meta Flower. It's a super mega yacht, and it is been sold now for $650,000, which is 149 wrapped ETH. And right now, it's confusing a lot of people, and people are trying to wonder what is going on with this. Where are you going to get your return on this? But you can say that about almost any NFT that gets to that level. It's kind of a unique situation. I'll be honest with you, it's not the greatest looking yacht I've ever seen in my life. But hey, it's got 2 helicopter landing pads, front and back, and I believe there's a hot tub and all sorts of fun things in here. And it is going to be set in that kind of, that's the top right now. And I have no doubt that in a couple weeks or days or hours, it's going to be something sold for $1 million that's created for the sandbox, because the sandbox right now is popping off. It's what, $7? Beginning of the year was at 4 cents for sand token.
RIP.
Yeah, Jesus, man. I tell you, I told Q when I got my sandbox 3x3, I told myself I was going to buy 1 million of the sand token back when it was like a couple pennies. I really got to stick to that. I come up with these great ideas and then I get distracted and a butterfly flies by and I go chasing something down the road. And so it's just one of those that this is crazy. This is something that I'm curious in the comment section. Let me know. Would you guys spend anywhere near this? Do you see any return on this investment, or curious on why somebody would do this? But it's crazy, man. This is getting a little crazy right now.
We love decentralized as a term in the space. Obviously, like, we want everything to be away from having centralized parties be involved with this stuff. Honestly, when I see things like that, the need for some like centralized party to confirm that that's a real sale, I feel like would be needed.
Yes.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. That could easily be an OTC that now we're talking about it here on NFT Live. Exactly. And they did their job.
Yeah, could be from the same person, just transferring it to another wallet. Who's auditing that? So I think a lot of that goes down in the space. It is the wild, wild west still, and yeah, that's a very good point, man. That who knows how legitimate this is, but it's in our brain. We're talking about it, and now somebody's sitting there going, "Oh man, this is the rarest one of one in the sandbox, and I'm going to buy it for $700,000, and I'll be the number one at the time." And it's like, geez, so crazy. And Jason Moff is asking, does the yacht move? That's a good question, man. Is he driving around in this yacht?
Not.
Is he inviting all the Bored Apes on board? I don't know. Good questions. Let's see how that plays out. I'll definitely go visit it. If it still ends up being the top, NFT, I'll definitely check it out. So yeah, man, crazy stuff.
Yeah, crazy stuff happened this morning with OpenSea. I'm really trying to make sure that I have this together here for you guys. But basically, if you type in OpenSea in NFT Twitter, this is a legitimately amazing thread, which I think is going to get covered up now that I typed in OpenSea, and you're going to see all these PFP projects. But basically what happened, guys, is you had a situation that was data involved. So data issue on our website. Please check status OpenSea.io and follow API OpenSea. So first of all, Twitter's a free website, and we get stuff like this. Obviously, OpenSea saying we are investigating a data issue. Jeevils comes through and says which one, to which I, the Fire Elmo needed to be put. But that whole thread is essentially containing a bunch of different people saying, "Hey, what? This is just getting ridiculous. Like 5 seconds ago, this was a great thread. Now it's not." But basically, if you type in OpenSea, maybe you get to the right thread, and it's essentially everyone thought that they got rugged. The whole data issue was you would go to your collection and it would show up 0. I had this whole thread pulled up for you guys, and then so you can see the collected 0 there. It's not giving you the full thing, but we get this from Lamorak. Anyone else having OpenSea issues today? Is it just me? All my NFTs across my wallet seem to have disappeared, and that was essentially the problem. You had this go on for about 1 to 2 hours, and it was a fantastic thread. Obviously, OpenSea was getting lit up. Someone was saying, I believe, is OpenSea's 3 employees, are they all just at Art Basel and they're not fixing this problem? There were many, many good ones that I'm just not going to be able to show you now. So there's a great one. Boom, right there. So we had OpenSea kind of just go down. People were freaked out. Obviously, everyone thinks they got hacked. There was a couple stories reported that OpenSea was getting or individuals were getting hacked. This is what you saw essentially when you went to OpenSea at a certain point. So that was kind of the news for the morning. It got solved relatively quickly, but OpenSea can only have so many of these, in my opinion. Twitter's got to solve this shit. My God. But anyways, OpenSea can only have so many of these, in my opinion. You have Rarible, which is coming along. The token's doing much better. You have Coinbase, you have FTX that are all going to enter this space, and their customer service issues are absolute trash, and they need to fix it. So that was essentially the NFT community this morning, just getting after it.
It's one of those, some businesses like Amazon, they have to have great customer service. It just for that model. And then you see like a YouTube. Don't cancel us, YouTube. Put the gun down. I just want to say something here. Your customer service sucks. All right, you shut us down. You don't tell us. You see all these channels get deleted, and it's just like that's kind of their standard, right? Where it's like everyone's left in the dark of what's really going on behind the scenes. OpenSea right now, they have to make up their minds. Like, are they going to start taking the money they're making and starting to build out a better customer service? Because they can only be top dog for so long before the trust goes away. And so, yeah, seeing a lot of these things, it's not a good vibe. But again, they are still the #1 in this space, and they're just piling them bags, man.
Yep, absolutely, man. So wanted to get you guys that information real quick. If you didn't have any, like, if you didn't visit OpenSea in like a 3-hour window, nothing really is a problem. But in those windows, people were getting freaked the fuck out.
Yeah, if you went to lunch and you just came back, by the way, you missed out. 10 years of the NFT space. It's like we moved that fast, man. All right, yep. Q, are you down with the DOGG? I think you're down with the DOGG. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm down with the DOGG, and I don't know if I'm down to spend some cashola on this, but Snoop DOGG is dropping Decentralized Dogg NFTs. He's doing 10 one-of-ones that are going to be NFTs on Super Rare, and they're going to be about his life, and he's going to be having an inspired soundtrack by each one of the pieces. And currently one of the pieces is on a bid until December 3rd. Let's go ahead and take a look. What you got, dog?
DOGG is back with Cody on this decentralized track. Certified block. Like these chains around my neck, it can't, won't, and don't stop. Look into these eyes, get hypnotized, get into the scene, blazing this NFT dream. Alpha since day one. The OG Don Snoop is back to remind you how the dog father remains #1.
Oh man, I love it. It's almost like meditating and soothing, man. He needs to do like an audio book or something. So this is on sale right now for another 3 days and 5 hours. And it is going to be, right now, the floor is 169 ETH. So, hey, did you want to buy a yacht in the sandbox, or did you want to buy a one-of-one of Snoop Dogg? My money is on Dog, to be honest with you. I think I feel a little better on that one. But yes, 169 is the bid right now of ETH. And the auction ends in 3 days, 5 hours, 17 minutes, and 35 seconds. So good luck to everyone out there. I know we got some lads that are going to throw some money on that for sure. Let's bring back one of those one-of-ones to the LADZ City Vault. Q, you want to go in on this? Let's do it right now.
Good Lord, man. There's so much money in the space that, this is kind of like I don't want to get too involved, but honestly, I'd rather see this money go to like people actually organically growing the community. Snoop Dogg has millions of dollars already. Snoop, if you're watching right now, I'm sorry. Like, you are already stacked. Does 165 ETH need to go to Snoop Dogg? I don't know. So
good points. Good points. Yeah. I mean, there's other part too.
There's so much money.
It's a lot of money, and he is definitely somebody, though, that is moving into the space and staying. He's not just taking the money and running. There's been some quotes here. He says, we could do Snoop wine bottles that use augmented reality where the portrait comes to life on a wine bottle that leads to so much more value for the collector. I know there's going to be a lot of that with the clothing line and purchases where you get something and there's so much more media attached to it. So you buy some brand new shoes and suddenly they play a trailer for you or some craziness in the augmented performance. So the future's going to get real crazy, y'all. Hang on. But there's definitely, I believe with Snoop, he's sticking around. He is definitely somebody who's going to innovate and build in here and not just cash grab. And he's been around with his Twitter account kind of anonymously, and now everybody knows which Twitter account it is. Was it Cosmo D Medici?
Dude,
I butchered that.
Cosmo Medici, there's no way that was him. There's no way that was him.
He
dude.
says it was, man. Yeah, he says it right here that's his wallet, and it now has worth $17 million with a bunch of CryptoPunks and a number of marijuana-themed tokens. So the dog father, he's in it, man. He's in the space, and those one-of-ones are his first. And that's the big thing too, right? The first NFTs of somebody releasing it sometimes can be just a, oh my God, or sometimes they can be like, wow, those would be good value for sure in the long term.
I agree, man. I mean, Snoop has been in the space, and you can see he's in the sandbox. He's in multiple different projects, but you don't want to see celebrities hit and run. I was getting like flashbacks of Stoner Cats, which if anybody could update me on what the hell is going on with Stoner Cats, I would love to know, because that was like a celebrity hit and run almost, it seemed.
Dude, that's a good point. I felt like that too. The vibes of that. I remember I was ready to mint, and then it didn't happen. And then 2 days later it came down, and I felt like I dodged a huge bullet. And I was just like, man, these are so many famous celebrity names, and I've heard nothing in the space from it since. So yeah, if anybody is involved in it, let us know.
Absolutely, man. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe hopefully we're wrong there. So Ashton, don't punk us. All right, don't punk the NFT space.
Return my calls. What's going on?
Mila Kunis. Okay. We are going to go to the next story. I've got some GutterCatGang updates. I am wearing my BAYC right now, but I am a bona fide. I'm not a kingpin. So kingpin is like the best. I guess it's like the elite group within the GutterCatGang. So I'm not a kingpin, but I do have some awesome GutterCatGang information to get to you. So this just closed. So hopefully you're not in the gang and we're waiting till the last second to get merch 2.0, but they did drop this for the holiday. So you see the GutterCatGang merch there as I pull it full screen. So a lot of dope stuff there. Usually at least the first round of merch went a little bit large. So if you're going to do GutterCatGang in the future, maybe go a little bit small on the purchase. And then we also had some exciting news there. We have Coinbase NFT and GutterCatGang. It looks like they're doing something for the Miami conference that's going on this week. So it's going to be on Friday. I believe reservations needed to be in by this week. But it's just, I wanted to get you the info, man. GutterCatGang making some moves here with some merch as well as Coinbase NFT. And they're working together to put on this event, right? So they're going to have the links there at Normandy Shores Golf Club, and that they're going to be the main sponsors. So that is good stuff from the GutterCatGang.
Dude, I am a Gutter Dan fan, and the GutterCatGang for sure. Missed that one as well. But yeah, that when I heard about the news of Coinbase, man, that was big. I was like, wow, they're moving up in the way. So huge shout out to all the gang.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't want to get down a rabbit hole here, but GutterCatGang is kind of still undervalued. Like, I look at GutterCatGang as a blue chip. I think I'm on a little bit of a fringe there between people like not agreeing with me. Obviously Bored Ape Yacht Club, CryptoPunks are in that discussion. Doodles are making a damn run at it. There's some others to be made in there, but if GutterCatGang is not in the blue chip, they're as close to a blue chip as you could possibly be. I don't know the floor on that right now. I could probably get Young Content's in the house.
Young Content.
Of course, right on time. He's coming in for the GutterCatGang as I pull up the floor prices here. But yeah, I need to check out a full list because you have the 4 species. Of course, it's much like the Mutant Ape Yacht Club, where again we were talking about Mutant Ape Yacht Club back in the day, man, when they were super cheap. And they get you access to a lot of the utility. Same thing goes on with GutterCatGang. There's some that are a little bit cheaper than the initial cats, right? So the rats, the dogs, the pigeons. I still think they're undervalued, man. I think they're an undervalued blue chip, in my opinion.
I'm not even a holder, and I agree. I agree with the momentum, all the connections, and everything that they continue to push out. Yeah, they're moving towards it. Either they're right there now or they're about to be. And if there's one project that I'm a big fan of that I wish would be
Cryptodes.
My toads, man. I feel like, gotta give them some time, but they're gonna get there. But they're way behind GutterCat in the sense of being a blue chip at this point, but they'll get there. Hang on to it.
Dude, you can get a gutter dog for under an ETH right now, man. What's a gutter cat? What is a gutter cat going for? I'm like actually pissed off at y'all. I'm mad at you guys for allowing this floors. There's 3.8 ETH here. And honestly, the supply is not that bad. I mean, when you take it all into account, I think each one is 3,000. So really, you're only it's about 3,000 for each. So you're really like at a 12K point there. Or is my math completely wrong? No, my math is right. I went to college, people. All right, so I will pop out of GutterCatGang here before I make an absolute fool of myself. But I still think it's undervalued. That's the last thing I'll say there. Shout out to the gang. Shout out to Young Content there in the house, as well as What Space Smells Like. Thank you guys for stopping by here on this Tuesday.
Oh, for sure, dude. Young Content, you were crushing it, my man. I watched you. Like a $5. You had so many people going on in your interviews. You have been crushing it, and we gotta get him to come on NFT Live. We gotta check in with the guy and see how he's been doing promoting him, man, because he's just crushing it. Huge shout out to the sensei. So Q, let me ask you real quick. Gutter pigeons, gutter cats, gutter rats, gutter dogs, gutter llamas, gutter alpacas, gutter turtles. Like, when does it end where it becomes too much for a project because they have way too many derivatives that they've released, where it almost oversaturates the kind of bottom line of what they're trying to do? Or is it?
I don't want to put words in Gutter Dan's mouth here, but I think they said that they're done. They're done with the species. I think they said 12,000. Now that's not written in like stone, obviously, but I think they said they're done. You know, we've seen the 10K drops. We've seen, the anything smaller. I think Gutter Cats was initially 3K. So I think we're in that range. Niftys is launching at 100,000 NFT drop today. NFT Top Shot, of course. I feel like the Dapper Flow ecosystem is taking another route, but within this Ethereum ecosystem, 10 to 15K seems to be the right amount, where you're not like completely hosing your ecosystem. And this is on ETH again. So want to make sure I get that point out there.
It's very interesting that he said that too, because I mean, you can always change his mind down the road or have a DAO vote or however that's structured, but I do feel like it is an interesting thing to see when almost a project ruins itself by adding way too many layers to it. But we'll kind of see how that plays out. Yeah, it's all about innovating. And speaking of innovating, the movie theaters, I mean, come on, they're becoming museums, or they're becoming outdated or turned into bowling alleys. And they need to figure out how to move into the new realm with streaming and Netflix and Disney Plus and Paramount Plus, and soon there'll be Buffalo Plus, TBD on that. It's getting crazy out there, y'all. And so they got to figure out how to come up with a new way to get people in the seats. So, hey, let's embrace some NFTs, AMC. So AMC and Sony will hand out NFTs to the new Spider-Man movie. If you buy on the opening day with advanced ticket sales, you will be getting NFTs. Now, they're going to be releasing 86,000 of these NFTs. Do they have a roadmap? Probably not. Do they have a planned utility for it? Probably not right away, but it's going to be on the Wax blockchain. And if you're a huge Spider-Man fan, or definitely just a fan of movies in general, and you want to get the first NFTs released, this is definitely an interesting play here. You'll have to, of course, get the pre-orders launched on November 29th, and the movie comes out later, and you have until March 1st of 2022 to claim the NFT. So as long as you bought the first date in advance ticket sale, you will be able to claim your NFT through an email process. But this is definitely going to be probably a lot of people's first NFT. Spider-Man collectors will, collect anything related to that, right? And so I think this will be an interesting thing to kind of see how AMC, what kind of results they get from this. Are they going to continue to do this? Is this going to be the standard for big movie releases? And are they going to drop the 86,000 down to maybe, what if it was only 6,000? I mean, can you imagine then? And if there's utility too, if they start adding to this, and suddenly if you hold that, you get a free ticket to the next movie of the million Marvel movies that are coming, because apparently we can't come up with any type of other movie except comic book movies these days. But yeah, it's definitely going to be something to see how the movie theaters embrace NFTs the right way. And we're going to see that play out. We're going to see big companies absolutely fail, kind of like Stoner Cats, because they just don't understand what they're getting themselves into, and they just have a big cash grab and they don't deliver, and the community's just like, what the hell, like, you guys are not following through. So we'll see.
We're in this like hype cycle phase, in my opinion, where we have a situation where NFTs were popping up. When was the SNL piece? Like maybe 6 months ago?
Yeah.
February. Okay, so maybe 8 months ago. I don't know the exact number. That's just the great amount of time to get, February. Maybe you hire somebody. Maybe you're hiring some consultants in March and April. You're getting your project together. You're a part of one of these big entities, and you're launching in November. A December timeframe. So I feel like we're seeing a lot of these bigger entities, whether you're talking about AMC, the NFL is getting involved. I know there were some tickets that we were mentioning the other day. It's that right window where they've had 6 months to create a product and they're kind of launching it, and people think, hey, we'll attach an NFT to everything and maybe it'll sell.
Yeah.
So
yesterday's Monday Night Football game, atrocious game. Hope nobody watched it because you probably have to go see an eye doctor to get your eyes adjusted after that crap that my 3-8 Seahawks put out on the prime time. I love my boy Russell Wilson, though. He's got a bust up finger. He don't want to admit it, but he was throwing garbage yesterday on his birthday of all days. My man. But anyways, they had a moment where they put up on the screen, hey, this is an NFT for your ticket. And I'm just thinking, who in God's name would want that NFT of this game of a 4-6 team and a 3-7 team? But hey, again, it's the first wave of these collections. Like you said, Yetis is going to be a meme, and you hold on to it, man, and it can be in the history books. And a lot of these first wave, especially with the NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, I mean, all those first waves, they're going to have some value because they were the first. So it's kind of interesting to see how that goes. But you're right about the planning too. I've heard a lot of people say they're waiting for this market to mature. They're waiting for this space to mature before they put their face in there or their company in there. A lot of smart people are working right now behind the scenes, and they're going to release strategically and watch from all the ones that have been successful.
There was a Matrix drop today with Niftys. I'm interested in that because Niftys is like really native to the NFT community, and they worked with the Matrix, right? Whereas the NFL is really just like, I wonder who they're working with or what product they're working with to launch these things. Because I trust Niftys. They launched the Space Jam NFTs. They have another. It's not the supply cap that we want to see as investors, like when we look at GutterCat and all these things. But they're doing it another route, and I trust Niftys. Jordan Lyle's awesome over there. So, So we're getting some comments here. Donamo saying better load up the CPU, staking them for the Spider-Man drop if it's on Wax. It looks like we got a lot of comments there. Spider-Man's NFT on Wax. YJ3 is saying that exposure to the platform will be massive. So Wax making some moves there as well. Buffalo, I have the best question that I've ever asked on NFT Live here just for you. Are you ready? And I'm going to throw this to the comment chat. You guys drop it in chat too. But Buff, who was the best Spider-Man in cinema film history?
Jesus.
You got like 3 options, right? You got.
Can I vote for the future? Because I feel like it still hasn't been done.
None
right.
of those 3? You know.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can't even.
You
think
have Tobey Maguire.
Yeah,
right?
Of course. Yeah.
You have Tom Holland, and then you have Andrew Garfield. I think those are the 3
I'd say
options.
Tom Holland. I like Tom Holland. And Andrew just didn't seem to fit it, and Toby did a decent job to get it going. But yeah, I'd vote Tom.
I'm going to drop that poll in chat when you got your next story because I really want to see what everyone's got to say about that. But, guys, we do have a full rest of the episode to get to. We have Bored Ape Yacht Club. We've got the Matrix. We've got top 10 upcoming NFT drops, Gala Games, Budweiser, Artifact, Aavegotchi, RFOX, SolaVerse.
Yeah, we're not even at intermission yet. Just hang in there. It's like there's so much in the space. And by the way, we have editors now. So a lot of these segments that we're doing, we're going to clip them out. We're going to get them out on the social media. So definitely when you see any of those, share them to anybody, share them to the communities that we're covering so that they can see that we are covering their community. And if they want to come on board, send them our way. And we'd love to just get out more with the NFT Live. Because this is definitely a play. If you think about a lot of channels, not everybody's doing live. Maybe they do live once a week or this and that. We're doing live on every show. That is the goal. Our goal is to make every day an event in LADZ City. And these shows are going to be live. And so we're going to try to cover as much as we can, talk as fast as we can to get to as much as we can. But we also want to distribute it afterwards, all the value that we're bringing here. And you guys are definitely a part of it. So anything we are not talking about right now that's really big today, in the comments section, let us know. Bring it up.
Gotcha. All right, so this is what we have. We have another live piece here, Buffalo. The poll is live, and I totally butchered Tobey Maguire, your name. So if Tobey Maguire is watching, I'm so sorry. You'll just have to deal with it. Yeah. little game action here as we kind of make our way into the story. This comes directly from their Discord. I'll go full screen here. So this is going to last for 7 days. It's going to start on Thursday, December 2nd. Actually, no, the registration opens on December 2nd. The games are playable on December 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for sticking along there. We do have, I believe, some rewards for winners. You're going to be able to, obviously, if you hold a Mutant Ape or a Bored Ape, there's 2 separate games. So you're going to get a passcode for either, and then you're going to be able to access this. It looks like a mobile game, Buff. They're saying iOS, they're saying Android, so it's potentially going to be a iOS and Android game, maybe an app. And then you're going to be able to have your password. This is starting to come up more and more. People are actually like starting to add a disclaimer. I've been screwed trying to sign up for like a GutterCatGang merch here, but the passcodes are one-time use only. And if you like press back once you log in and you somehow get logged out or anything like that, you can't then access this stuff again. GutterCat made sure to talk about that this time as well, but we do have that situation happening. If you are potentially getting access to any of these passcodes in the future, make sure you do not leave the site, refresh the browser, anything like that once you type in the passcode.
Another thing too, I mean, and this is in the Discord, right?
This is in the Discord, yep.
Yeah, I mean, and we haven't talked too much about this lately, but Discords, definitely check with the people that you trust in the space, out of the Discord as well, that are in there, making sure this is legit. I don't care which project you think can never be hacked. I mean, we saw with Phantom Galaxies and a lot of big projects, man, Discord is unstable right now, and they're having a lot of issues with their 2FA, and any mods or admin access is getting hacked, and they're taking advantage of a lot of people that just trust anything that comes out. They want to be first, and they click real quick. It's the perfect recipe for disaster for a lot of people minting and going into fake sales. So definitely do your due diligence before you rush into that and make sure, is this actually real? I don't care which project, just do it. Save yourself, because I've been hearing it a lot. And huge shout out to our mod Hash Rhymes, who's been keeping us up to date on which Discords are currently being hacked until they're back and stable. And so if you want to keep up to date with that, definitely stick with us in our LADZ City Discord. And huge shout out to our mods for keeping us up to date on that.
Absolutely, man. If you're doing any type of project drop as well, I mean, I know you're not tuning in to find out details about how you should do your drop, but please just extend the drop and make it somehow in some way not about getting to that moment in time a second earlier than everybody else and trying to go, because that's where the FOMO kind of directs all these people. In an absolute shocker, the Tobey Maguire that was misspelled is actually taking the lead here. So we have 54% for the best Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. I got to say, I'm shocked. I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. So you guys are bringing the heat today in the poll section.
Yeah, man. I'm curious how many Tobey movies to Tom movies. I know Tom's probably been in little parts of a lot of those movies, but I know Tobey's definitely had a lot of his own movie in it. So I'm wondering if that plays into it, but ain't on Tobey. But, I'm just a Holland guy.
That's fair. YJ3 is coming through, Buffalo. I'm going to throw this to you really quick, but we do have a lot of stories to get to. How do you guys feel about crypto YouTubes creating their own projects? Journey Crypto has its Mint Pass. Sheldon Evans has one called Your Mom's House on the way. How do you feel about crypto YouTubes creating their own projects?
Oh, influencers, like people like ourselves on channels. Yeah, I think
did you just call me an influencer?
I'm sorry, sir. It just slipped out. I know. It happens. You do influence me, though. You told me about a lot of different projects, and I aped in. It's what I do. And there's some I didn't, and I got full regrets. Hey, your coach's challenge, by the way, on Citizen Finance, magnifico. It's beautiful. C-file, well done. C-file all the way. Yeah, I would say any channel that you're putting a lot of time into, and if you see the project that definitely has the pulse on it, that's an opportunity to get even deeper with them if they have premium chat. It's the value of the return of the holding, right? And I think with some of them, they're just going to do it. And then it's why we haven't launched our NFTs yet, is because we want to do it right. We want to make sure it works with our model and our community as we expand into 2022. We're not just going to cash grab, because the second we release our NFTs, everyone who buys them are going to have expectations of then why they're holding, what are they getting, and you want to deliver, and it becomes its own project. And so, how big is these influencers? What team do they have? How much time do they put before they put this out? All those go into play when you're thinking about this. But for some, it's going to take them to the next level. And I think for some, it's going to truly ruin everything that they've been working on, because they can't handle both at that point. So
yeah, the relationship starts to become transactional too, right? Like you want to make sure you have that community before you launch the token. So I'm bullish on that. If you have the community, the NFT, essentially the utility, the tool that is the NFT, allows for value for both sides. And so you don't have to go through these weird business models of like, I gotta like stay surviving by doing advertisements and all this different things. If you launch an NFT, both the community, if you do it right, and yourself can potentially profit there, and it's a great relationship as opposed to trying to do the promotion and advertisement business model that can become blood sucking. Absolutely,
very true. And
so
I've seen some just thrive through this so far, and some. Benjamin Cohen, who's got a great YouTube channel. He does TA. I've been following him for over a year now, and he released an NFT, and I bought it right away, and I haven't heard a thing from him since. And it was kind of like, oh, like, come on. I thought, and I think he covers a lot of fungible tokens, and this is definitely a different thing, but it is one of those, like, maybe you weren't ready. Maybe you just did it to do it, or maybe he has a long-term play. And I'm still holding, of course, because I love the channel and everything about him, but it is one where it changes that relationship, like you said. And suddenly you're like, wait a minute, man, I've invested in you here now. You got expectations, and all that stuff. So, all right, let's move on to the next story, man. Oh, sorry, did you have something else on that?
No, I'm saying good comments here. Xbox saying so don't click links from Ronan the wrapped ETH collector. Definitely watch out for that Ronan the ETH collector. So these next 3 or 4, let's just run through them quick.
Okay.
News stories. I know we're rolling here past an hour. Oh, we're almost at an hour, so we should be good.
Well, let's get into it, man. And cheers to everybody, by the way, because guess what? We have done it. All of us, everybody in the space. Congratulations, because I just love cueing those balloons. The NFT is the word of the year as far as the Collins Dictionary is concerned. The word NFT has rose more than 11,000%, Q. And this is definitely pretty interesting. I'm going to say we're getting some recognition here, everybody in the space. The word NFT, a lot of people still have no idea what really is going on in the space, but they understand that it involves some sort of like trading in crypto. And so anybody who's not even touched anything recognizes the word NFT now from the beginning of the year. And so it's the number one word for this year of 2021. So Q, let me ask you, what do you think was the word of the year for 2020 without Googling it?
2020? COVID.
COVID. All right. In the comment section, what do you guys think? Go ahead and put your guesses down. I'll give you guys 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and the word was lockdown. I mean, what the hell? Oh, you're close, but lockdown was the word for 2020. Not as cool as NFT, in my opinion, and definitely a very sad year for 2020, of course. And we moved on to NFTs, and next year's word is going to be rug. So
next year's word might be lockdown again, Buffalo. You never know.
Oh, shit. Please, no, I've had enough of this, but it's crazy times, man. So, all right, on to you, bud.
Absolutely, man. So I've got the Niftys drop. They obviously were working with the Matrix here, as I've got it pulled up on my screen. They were launching 100,000 NFT avatars in conjunction with the Matrix launching, which me and Buffalo, we don't know. The Matrix itself, the movie, we'll see how it goes. But it looks like Niftys had to pause a little bit of this minting. Minting is now live, but we do have some LADs here that are essentially saying that it's taking a very long while for people to actually get their NFTs. So this goes along with having a drop that is this large. So Niftys definitely kind of taking a big chunk here and saying, hey, we're going to offer this to 100,000 people, a la, I would say, like, NBA Top Shot is another example here where you have a queue of like 200,000 people. I tried to get in. I was the 76,000th in line. So definitely not up front with the rest of y'all. But it looks like they're just having a little bit of sale issues. But I still, I'm a big fan of Niftys. So, long term, this is going to be something to be interested in. I actually jumped in their Twitter spaces as well. And Jordan Lyle was actually dropping some alpha on what they plan to do with their avatars. He said they actually signed a screenwriter from Warner Brothers who was associated with the Matrix, and they're going to be doing some things with that writer as it's related to this drop. They're going to probably create their own lore and things like this around the Matrix, although I don't know if it's canon. So there's a lot of cool things. They got a red and blue pill event as well that will change your avatar coming up. So it's cool. Yeah, I mentioned this a couple times. Like Niftys and Flow, they're taking a different approach. It's not like the 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 PFP drop. They're going for the mass market appeal here, and we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the movie plays out. Honestly, I'm a little nervous, man. You know, when you have such a loved series, right, and they crushed it with the Matrix 1, like, there's a lot of pressure, and it's been so long. And anytime kind of like a sequel of a sequel of a sequel is like, it's been so long, I'm a little worried. Keanu never ages, though, so he's good there. But yeah, we'll see on the fourth one. I'm a little worried about that. But sounds like this project, honestly, it's not just a cash grab. Sounds like it's actually going to be something really embraced in this space. So I have a better feeling of the NFT project than I do about the movie overall, but hopefully I'm wrong.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And again, keep in mind, like, whenever you're purchasing a Nifty, like this drop at least, I'm just excited to see the case study of 100,000 NFTs. It's way different than everything we discuss on the channel, which is like low cap, very, trying to drive that demand and trying to drive that price. This is more about actually using the actual NFT in the different things that Niftys can do with the Matrix. So I'll be watching.
I like that red pill, blue pill kind of, choose and burn or mutate or whatnot, and see how they play off of that. That's going to be pretty interesting to see which one people choose. Which one would you choose, man?
You got to choose the red pill, right? The red pill takes you down into Wonderland, right?
Yeah, I wonder what happens if you take the blue and it just like goes back. It's like it burns away.
The blue freezes you. I know for a fact the blue freezes your NFT. The red changes your NFT. So,
all right.
Did a little bit of research. All right.
Just a little bit. So, all right, I got the next story here, and there was a kind of poll that was taken recently in the NFT space. They pretty much took a poll of over 1,000 users and wanted to know what the top 10 upcoming NFT drops, according to the survey, are. I don't recognize any of these. I'm just going to be real with y'all. I've also taken a break from FOMOing into any NFT projects and really just kind of focusing on the Metaverse, as I got a new show coming out across the Metaverse, which hopefully will premiere on Thursday, as long as I can get the graphic packages together. But right now it looks like Journey of Stardust is number one. So how many people in chat recognize any of these and you are excited? Go ahead and let us know which ones you think are going to be bangers. Journey of the Stardust, I went to their Twitter. It is a comic book series where they actually pretty much create and mint each page of the comic book as an NFT. And I guess comic book NFTs are definitely something that I've seen played out, but it could also have a huge following if it's a popular.
Does that say 133 followers?
Yeah, it's a little. It's number. That was the first thing when I clicked on that. First of all, I don't know. That might not even be the right one. Old Buffalo got to do his due diligence, but yeah, Journey of the Stardust, 133. Hey, they're new. Give them time, bro. Okay, I was at 30 followers when I came on board for NFT Live, so. This is it, man. It's 100 pages of NFT comics that will tell the story. And again, it's kind of interesting here. You move your mouse, the mountains move. Comic
That's
books,
worth
man.
it.
It's worth
Number
it.
one.
There you go. Q's on board already. Easy.
Yeah,
sell.
I am fully on board with this, as you guys can tell. I think they looked into 1,000. Is that what you said? 1,000 NFT investors?
Yes. And so the second one up is The Message, Pixel, Genesis, Zodiac Rabbits. I mean, I've seen bunnies out there, and I guess the rabbits, Rebel rabbits, a lot of. Is there enough? What is an animal that you have not seen a PFP of yet? That's what I'm curious where we're gonna go with.
That's a damn good question.
Right.
I don't know why the polls on YouTube aren't open ended. That would be a lot better of a poll if we could somehow get open ended pieces here. But yeah, we'll monitor the top 10 projects here. If you guys know in the chat, I love what Buffalo was saying there. If you guys know of any projects, obviously, that are launching this week or next week or this month, we do want to kind of cover those, of course. Society of the Hourglass, one that we're going to work with closely as they launch a bunch in December, of course. But it does seem like we're in this weird zone, right? Like we're getting a little bit exhausted with the amount of projects. There's a lot of like copycat-ish projects. If they're not copying it directly, they're copying the roadmap and kind of the vibe, it falls flat where some stuff used to be a little bit innovative.
When I hear 10,000, I'm I'm already like,
Close it.
Yeah, I don't care what it is. And then they sell out and I go, shit, I should have read more. But I remember getting that feeling towards August. And I looked down the map of the monthly calendar of all the projects coming out. And you just change one for the other. It's the same thing, 10,000 of these, and they're going to all be an amazing community with special access. And it's just like, you know, copy, paste, copy pasta all over the place. So I love people that come out with something that's not been done yet. And that's what this very exciting part of the NFT space is. It's all about tapping into that creativity. And so there's going to be that next project coming up that's never been done yet.
Love it, man. All right, so I got the next story real quick. This is going to be a really obviously quick one. We touched on the Town Star nodes in the Gala Games ecosystem. Those sold out in like seconds. A total of 600 nodes sold out within minutes of launching. The nodes run within the Gala Games node software, but requires additional resources from the server or computer it's running on. So basically, nodes offer the ability to decentralize what's happening on your ecosystem. If you have it in the same way that Bitcoin would not be very trusted if all of the nodes were running and all the miners were running in one country. The more that you decentralize a node ecosystem, the more that you can say, quote unquote, that your game is decentralized and will live on in perpetuity, at least. That's kind of the theory. So, you know, Townstar nodes sold out. The game, there's going to be another game in the Gala Games ecosystem that's coming out, Mirandus. We touched on these in the last NFT Live, so give that a look. Also, give the token a look. 61 cents right now. Buffalo, we are up on Gala Games. We're not up because we are shit. We're up, or whoever owns Gala token is up 250% on the year. 200, not 250%. I'm sorry, 250,000%. So, congrats to you. I think like literally only Axie Infinity and Sandbox are in that kind of discussion, but my freaking goodness, fantastic. Congrats to you guys.
Yeah. There's a guy we've been hanging out with called Rage Cage, man. He was talking about this game called Axie. It's done all right. And then he was always talking about Gala. He's like, I got this Gala node, man. I got it a year ago. And now I'm sitting here going, I don't think Kagi's going to have to do much anymore, right? He can just sit there and get fed grapes for the rest of his days sitting in a lawn chair, because the man is definitely hitting off on some big projects for sure. And he's living it up. So he shout out to Kagi for being in Gala like a year ago. Honestly, I felt like ever since I've come on board working with him that, you know, he's been mentioning Gala. So the man knows it. He's hitting them.
Amazing. All right, I've got the one piece, Buff, before we move on to the next one. Tom Holland has taken over as the best Spider-Man in the Spider-Man universe. So our favorite Tom Holland. You guys are trying to get Tobey Maguire there to kind of take over, but Tom is ahead, 56%.
There's still time. We'll definitely give you guys the winner at the end of it. But Tom Holland's he's in the lead by a nose. Yeah. We got a comment here from Mark saying Zen Apes from the Kongs. That is definitely anything coming out of Cyber Kongs. I was telling Q this yesterday. I was like, man, those are those guys that are just busting out winner after winner. And Zen Apes, I've got a good feeling about them as well. So definitely want to see how that project plays out for sure. So huge shout out there, Mark, for dropping that one in here. So Q, let me ask you, man. What was your first beer?
Oof. Steel Reserve, unfortunately.
Ooh, poor guy.
Yeah.
Well, mine wasn't much better, although I'm about to go into the project of this company, but it was a Budweiser. I remember my mom handed me it, and I was like, I'm so cool drinking Budweiser, and then I almost puked. But yeah, man, it's one of those, you know, just reminiscing.
That's cute. I remember when I had my first beer.
Just had to get that in there. And Budweiser is just sold out of their first NFTs. And I thought that'd bring that attention, all of you guys out there who've enjoyed their classic beer for many generations. Well, now they have 2,000 unique digital beer can NFTs. I don't know if you guys have gone to their Twitter, by the way. It is beer.eth. So, I mean, congratulations to Budweiser for moving into space with the right mindset of getting an ENS Ethereum address right away for beer. I wonder how much that cost them. But yes, 1,936 NFTs of Budweiser have all been sold out. And if you go to OpenSea right now, it's running at a floor price of 0.389. And I haven't had a Budweiser in years, man, but it was my first beer, and you always remember your first, Q. You always remember your first.
I'm kind of thirsty right now. Is there any utility like that goes along with these beers? Or
You know, that's the other part of it, right? It's like no promises with these big companies yet because they've got it kind of behind the scenes, and people just kind of go, they're going to do something with it, I hope. But yeah, that's a good question to see what happens with it. And curious in the audience, is anyone holding? And do you have another alcoholic beverage company that you feel like should get into this space? Comment below. Let us know.
Interesting. All right. I've got the next piece. This is honestly, Expo, I was saying Reebok is moving into the space. We're going to touch on some RFOX here in a second. We are definitely excited about a highlight trailer that they just kind of released. They've got a sale upcoming for some land. I'm going to touch on that here in a second. But this next story could have been honestly the one we let off with. We've been talking about the artifact drop for a long time. The Clone X drop for a long time. This was going to be the most hyped drop that we've seen since like Metaverse, even maybe before then. Really, like this is big. And then they came out with the Dutch auction, and we had a situation happen. So I've got it pulled up on my screen here real quick. Andrew Steinwald, who's an amazing follow. If you don't follow Andrew, you need to. But we have him saying, okay, can someone give me the lowdown on the Artifact Clone X drop? Not the FUD lowdown, but the real lowdown. And then we have some awesome comments here. So there was a Dutch auction that started. It started at 3 ETH, fell to 2.7. So the Dutch auction was essentially falling and falling and falling. And then Artifact, quote unquote, here's some conspiracy theorists think that they stopped it. They said that their website was being attacked, and then they restarted it the next morning at a fixed price buff. So it went from a Dutch auction saying the market is going to determine the price of these Artifact Clone X's. The price started to fall from that 3 ETH point to find some market discovery. They paused the auction and then did not start up the Dutch auction. They said, we're only selling these for 2 ETH, and then it sold out. So there is some, back and forth here. There were people that bought at 3 ETH.
Yeah.
In that 3 ETH to 2.7 window, and that is something that they talked about as well. They're going to be dropping 1,000. So let's see, there's some more comments here, and I'll go to the Artifact actual Twitter here in a second, but 1,000 clones will be randomly airdropped to wallets holding clones. The problem with this is it doesn't necessarily solve the issue because it's only 1,000, and there were people that bought in pre-sale buff at 0.05. So there's going to be 0.05 holders that might be randomly selected to get one of these clones that were essentially made to, redo the error of having either something that they stopped or something that, they had their situation or their website attacked by some type of hacker. So really just an amazing story that happened over the past 24 hours.
I'm curious why they wouldn't just reward the people that purchased before they stopped instead of randomly rewarding people that doesn't quite make sense. But that's not one that's going to look too good coming out the gate where you stop down and then say, no, I changed our mind. It reminds me when I played Monopoly with friends back in the day, and they're like, I don't want to play, or I'm going to reach into the piggy bank and pull a couple 500s and whatnot. And you just, you can't do that, man. That's not the rules of the game.
Yeah, it looks like I'm on their piece right now, kind of bringing this up. There's the sold out piece, sold out thanks to all our true supporters. Obviously, a bunch of FUD was coming through, and that's still happening now.
Yeah.
So they actually raised a ton of money. If anyone can drop the actual total supply in chat, that would be great. Let's see. Whale Shark came through with the support here. So this was a real big story where actually there was some there was enough heat where Whale Shark felt like he needed to come out and say something. You can see here, good morning. We're starting the minting again today. And then they did the 2 ETH there. So a lot of stuff happening with this Clone X drop, man. Our website server's overloaded, et cetera, et cetera. So real big story here. Some people think that they actually pulled the plug on their own sale because they saw the price falling.
Not a good look like that, but it could be something else for sure. And I mean, Artifact has been blowing up. So, I mean, it's one of those, hopefully it's just one of those things that as more time unfolds, we'll see really what happens. But pausing a Dutch auction and canceling it like that, I feel like anybody who bought before it paused should somehow be, rewarded or given a refund or something, because that's just not cool.
Holy mother of God. Mark just said 20,000 were minted. Buffalo, I have the amount on my screen.
Oh, man.
The amount raised in USD.
Can buy you a lot of Snoop Dogg NFTs.
Hold up. No, hold up. Why did I times 2 there? God damn it.
Did you carry the 1 and divide by pi?
Hold on, guys. Hold on. So I need to make sure that my calculations are correct. I think that's in half. So they raised 84 million. There you go. I don't know where the 40,000 came from. So 20,000 at 2 ETH a pop. ETH's around 4,600, 4,200. So it's in that 90 million range, honestly.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fucking bonkers.
They're blowing up, man. They're blowing up, and definitely want to get somebody from their team over here to really cover them more in depth. Because ever since I've seen the first trailer from Artifact Studios, I was like, whoa, okay, they're dialed in. And again, hopefully they can get this fixed and move on. But yeah, just from one sale pulling that in, it's just like, I mean, they got another one down in a week or two. So it's just like money machines go brrr.
And Xbox saying you can get a lot of yacht in the sandbox for that.
Yeah, that's right. That's like,
all right. All right, so the next story real quick. I'm going to let the actual video do most of the talking. Aavegotchi is a team and a project we've covered a lot on the channel. I think they're one of the most underrated teams in the space, in my opinion, along with GutterCatGang. They had lending come out, which is an important aspect of their ecosystem, the play to earn ecosystem. We've seen Axie start lending. We've seen a lot of lending and borrowing that's going to happen, in the future. But we've also seen it kind of play out with Axie via the scholarship program. This is essentially Aavegotchi's scholarship program that's being launched right now. I'll let the video do most of the talking here.
Play to Earn Gaming has already accomplished so much, proving we're on the cusp of a major advance for all of gaming. But to get there, a play to earn model that massively scales still needs to be achieved. The issue with something like the popular scholarship approach is that it relies too much on a human-heavy middle layer. Aavegotchi Lending, however, introduces a completely on-chain lending experience. The Gotchi Lending smart contract is designed so that Gotchis are lent with limited rights, so that a borrower cannot run away with the Aavegotchi. This is key because instant approvals and a robust sharing economy are then possible. Let's look at how it works. First, do you want your Aavegotchi to be available for rent to anyone globally, or only members of your friend circle? This matters because a guild may prefer to only offer their gotchis to members. The second parameter you can set is duration. You can lend your gotchi for an hour, a shift, or a day or two. Heck, you could set the rental duration for something like 12 hours, so your Aavegotchi is being played with 24/7, alternating between the hemispheres. You can also set a flat rental fee, but there are many scenarios where you may choose to set it to 0. A guild may waive any fee so that their members don't need to pay up front. Instead, most will focus on setting an automated reward split. This is probably the most important parameter to set. All tokens earned during the rental duration are deposited into an escrow balance that splits rewards at the time of completion. You can advertise your gotchi with a split of 80-20, 50-50, or whatever you think makes the most sense. Sometimes a player will win in-game NFTs, and the contract also enables a similar split decision to be programmed for those. For guilds and individuals alike, Gotchi Lending offers a seamless, massively scalable way to instantly rent their gotchis to strangers, all with the security and terms they are comfortable with. For everyone who wants to play in the Gotchiverse, this means they don't necessarily need capital to join the fun and play to earn. Anyone is able to farm Alchemica tokens, craft gameplay NFTs, socialize in a lodge, and simply just make it.
That's Aavegotchi to a T. That's the Gotchi team. They saw something that already Axie was doing, but needed a little bit of tweaking, and they did it. They launched it. That is going to be live. If it's not already live, obviously the game is not fully playable. That is going to be something that is so important for that ecosystem, having a native lending service. All of that scholarship stuff needs to happen offline on like a Discord. Aavegotchi saying, no, we're going to have it baked in on our own platform. It's just, that's Aavegotchi.
That's Aavegotchi for you, man. That project is definitely moving. And huge shout out to joining everybody hanging out in the Aavegotchi Guild in LADZ City. If you're huge in Aavegotchi, it's the place to be. If you're not in the initial Discord, come hang out in LADZ City as well. Actually, hang out in both, to be honest with you, but definitely come hang out in the Guild in LADZ City. It's our top guild right now, no doubt about it. I go in there and I'm just blown away with the alpha and the updates that everybody in that project hanging out in that guild. It's only going to grow and get stronger, especially when you see news like this.
Love it. Love it. All right. We are going to hit this last piece of news from my end, and then Buffalo has an upcoming mint that he wants to
we got 2.5 hours left. So there's something I'm going to drop at the end here that's, do your own research for sure. But, hey, you never know what happens.
This is on YouTube, so I don't know, folks. We'll see if it plays for the first time or if I'm going to get a hit with an ad. All right, it's playing the first time. Go, 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 go. I didn't get it, Buff.
The RFOX Vault Metaverse event of the year is here. Arcimoto is the gaming quarter of the RFOX Vault. Get ready for the ultimate gaming experience. Earn rewards, join multiplayer games, esports tournaments, or hunt down Easter eggs to win mind-blowing prizes. Make your choice. Invest, own, or play. Are you ready for the next level? Only 25 shops are available for sale as NFTs on Ethereum. The potential is limitless. Don't miss out.
All right, so shop auctions were something we've been touching on for a little bit here, and it looks like that sale is getting ready to go live here on December 9th. So really, Xpaw has been keeping us up to date, obviously, on RFOX. They also launched some other pieces here. We know that they launched a partnership there with Reebok as well. So a lot of things happening in the RFOX ecosystem, but those 25 shops are going to be available for auction on December 9th. You're going to be able to maybe, have a LADZ City shop there, Buffalo. Maybe we go hard for the 25. Sounds like it's going to be a little bit expensive, but you never know. We could set up a LADZ City shop there in the RFOX ecosystem.
RFOX just continues to amaze me, and I definitely want to get them to come back on. I mean, I haven't really followed up with where COGs are and stuff, but that was my first introduction to them, and I've been blown away. Like, I never thought they would get to where they are now. So yeah, they've huge shout out to Xbox for keeping us up to date with them. And yeah, man, it's continually amazing me with just the growth and where they're headed.
Absolutely. Xbox saying RFOX not just about wax. Yes, we love to see them on ETH here. Not that we don't love wax. We love our wax projects as well. People are making some good money over there. Rebel Joker is in the house saying, what up, lads? What up, Rebel Joker? Man. OVOT. Love to see it.
Yeah.
Last average price for the last 25 shops was $76,000, Buff.
Ooh. That's still not enough to get a yacht in the sandbox, but hey, it's up there. You can fractionalize the yacht.
It's true.
I own the anchor on the yacht. It's fractionalized.
It's an important part of the yacht. All right, you guys, long episode here. Last story.
Last story. And all right, so there is 2 hours and 26 minutes and 12 seconds left in the open mint for the SolaVerse. A project that I stumbled on literally right before we went live. And I said, Q, what is this all about? Well, this is something interesting. As my buddy Jason Moffat was talking to me, he's like, man, you could do NFTs about the stars. I remember him talking to me about that a while ago. Well, the SolaVerse is going to be a metaverse with 2,000 of these star NFTs that are essentially the genesis that they're going to reward holders of as they evolve the SolaVerse. I haven't minted mine yet. Again, there's only 2,000 of them. I believe they already sold 700 or more yesterday. I don't know where they're at right now. They don't show a tally. Not a huge fan of that. I would love to know how many more were left. But of these 2,000 solar stars, each NFT holder will, one, have a kind of a passive income starting December 1st. You'll actually be getting percentages dropped, so everyone holding will get that. But at the same time, they also have a really interesting model where they say if you do not sell your SolaVerse star until Q1 of 2022, you will be considered and inducted into the Foundational Hall of Fame. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know what that entails as well. Again, I just came across this, so do your own research. But when I saw, hey, there's a mint happening and there's only 2.5 hours left, definitely want to let the lads know about it. And any projects on Solana or Metaverse or anything like that right now is definitely something there's opportunities. And when I see a supply of 2,000, it's like, okay, well, let me do some research here. I'm going to be doing it right after the show to figure out if I want to buy or not. But just wanted to let the lads know there's a mint happening right now.
There is a mint happening right now. Mark is also saying, "Oh my God, ETH gas at 1450 at the moment."
That's why my price went up to like $5,000. Yeah, what's going on right now? Must be another sale happening.
So SolaVerse is on the Solana ecosystem now, you said?
I don't know for sure. I think so. I mean, if you're going to do SolaVerse, again, I literally haven't had enough time to dive in as deep. I'm not going to buy until I figure that out, but I'm guessing if you're calling yourself SolaVerse, you're not on Wax or, Polkadot or whatever.
Interesting. Okay. So DP
again, do your own research, everybody, including Q. Do not trust me right now as a SolaVerse expert. I just wanted to let you know there's a mint that's running out of time. That's all I got.
It's a mint that's running out of time.
Somebody,
what is it? I don't know.
I don't know. Hey man, we're all making fun of toy boogers and they crushed it. So you just never know. You never know. Do your own research because Buffalo doesn't know shit. That's what we all should figure out here, man. All right.
DP is saying wrap this show up. We will be wrapping this show up momentarily. He says he also can't keep dedicating his life to y'all. We ran the ever important Spider-Man poll, and it looks like Tom Holland won with 58%. So shout out to all you Tom Holland fans here in the house. We do have I believe we have a Nifty Q show tomorrow. Thursday, we have Coin Games on the Nifty Q show. We have Easy Street. We have the premiere of a new episode, hopefully, new series, actually, for you guys. So just adding shows to the network. It's what we do here. It's what, not everybody could be Aavegotchi, but we're getting close. We're shipping. We're shipping shows.
Are we trying to compete with Aavegotchi?
We ship shows.
We ship shows. So what do you do for a living? I ship shows, bro.
All I do is ship shows.
Yeah.
Okay. Off the rails.
Oh, we were off the rails a long time ago. We're trying to get back on them. But yeah, hell of a show, man. Without a guest, you know where me and Q can go, man. We just go down the rabbit hole, and hopefully you guys got some insight and got some knowledge and some alpha here. If you want more alpha, the best place to go is LADZ City. Head over to your browser and type in LADZ.city. Head on into our Discord, and if you're an NFT enthusiast, well, it's the NFT City, baby. So head into NFT chat. That's the alpha upon alpha. I mean, between the show right now, you probably could go into NFT chat, and there was so much dropped during the time we were rambling of other projects that we need to look into as well, man. It's just endless in the space.
Absolutely, man. We want to give a big shout out to the community. Obviously, our vibe, our tribe. We've got an awesome growing community that we have, like Expo has been saying, been growing for like a year. And, it's definitely hard to stay in the space for that long. I see a lot of people talking about burnout and different things. And I think, we've had people come and go. We've come and gone, obviously. Like we've tried to be consistent, but of course the grind of being in this space is so hard, but it's easier to do it as a family, as a tribe, of course. So I have one last comment here. It looks like SolaVerse is on Ethereum.
I was feeling that. That's why I didn't want to say yes for sure. See, we're a family. Whenever I stand up at the table and say something's not true, I expect another family member to correct me, and I appreciate that.
Danny Dan saying SolaVerse should be ETHverse.
See, that's good stuff. Hey, and also you were mentioning that they were doing sponsored promotions as well as a sign you might want to do more due diligence to make sure when you see numbers, which is something I want to talk about real quick, is you see Discord with 100,000 users or 100,000 followers and they're brand new and they have no presence and no one's heard of them. That's probably a sign that they've been botting those numbers up. And in this space right now, you can't just gauge that and say, oh, this project's going to do great because I got 100,000 in the Discord. I've gone into 100,000 Discord before, and it's a ghost town. So, I mean, there's definitely that.
Are you fudding your SolaVerse investment?
No, I'm saying do your own research investment. Like I said, I'm going to still do my own research on this because I do like a small supply. But, yeah, do your own research on this one. And I'll let everybody in NFT chat and LADZ City know if I bought or not. So there's a little cliffhanger, if you will.
Awesome, man. This is going to be another good week. We've got obviously the content coming at you. This was a great episode. Love doing these with you, Buff. Love having the community along. We need someone to do polls while we're live because I love the poll feature, but it's just hard to boom, 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 hit everything. So fantastic chat today. I think that these episodes are absolutely awesome when you guys are active, and it's a fantastic episode for sure.
I miss it. We didn't do one on Friday. I was sick as a dog last week, and without having an NFT live, it just felt like I was not tapped in with LADZ in the space, and I'm already looking forward to Fridays. And again, Across the Metaverse is coming out on Thursday, and our goal is to make it every day, 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 shows happening every day, that are covering the space in different aspects. So we're trying to work on a music show coming down the line. crypto gaming with the NFT Arcade. We're going to get that back up and running and doing segments. So just look out because we ain't slowing down. We're speeding up.
Did you get that message this morning? Did you see that in Discord about that music? Ooh.
I did. It's happening.
All right. Danny Dan saying he's loving being back. Prodigy is saying yee yee OVOT. And Blue Sam is asking, how about you guys do the research now online? Listen, like we can only do so much here. We had 20 stories. SolaVerse is one we will do some research on, of course, after the episode. I'm sorry we couldn't get that to you today, Blue Sama.
Yeah, literally, I wasn't going to bring it up because I didn't want to anger anybody in the sense I didn't know what I was talking about. All I wanted to let you know was it's a timer. It's counting down.
Something's minting.
Like Independence Day. What's going to happen when it goes to 0?
I don't know. Nothing. Nothing good. I don't know.
Exactly. Great show, my man. Great show indeed. And appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you're first time, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. We're trying to really get those numbers up. We're putting out a lot of alpha here, and we've got editors that are going to be editing the show right away and clipping it out. So if you ever see any of our little clips, share those to any community that we're covering. We'd love to collab with everybody out there with those projects.
Love it, man. All right, guys, you already know what it is. We had NFT Live, a full episode today. We were covering everything in the NFT verse, in the metaverse, if you will. And we will see you guys this week. We have a bunch of different content coming. But until then, it's our vibe, our tribe.
That's cute. I remember when I had my first beer.